Someone once said that you can't go home again, but they lacked vision. And a temporal discombobulator.
Hello all and welcome. My name is Sneakywoolcloth, and if you haven't seen part 1, that's level 1 to 20, I suggest you go back and at least see the intro there, because that's where I explain why I have chosen the stuff I have and so on. But I don't want to waste your time 2 times in a row, so I'll just head straight to it here. Let's go on ahead. Holy Shroud, a great piece of head armor for healers as it gives plus 33 to healing and plus 6 spirit. It is dropped by 250 mobs plus, and you need to be level 27 to use it. Enchanter's Cowl, a headpiece made by Taylor, so it should be available for everyone. Gives plus 10 intellect and plus 6 to spirit, requires level 28. The pattern is sold by Exik Goodstitch in Booty Bay and Superseller 680 in Desolace in limited quantities, but I think it restocks around every 30 minutes, so if you get there and know he doesn't have it, just wait a bit and try and go back and see if it has been restocked. Shadow Hood for Shadow Priests and Warlock. This item is also made for tailoring and the pattern is a drop, so it might be a bit harder to come by. But anyways, it gives plus 11 intellect and plus 7 to shadow spells. Requires level 29. Unbound Shroud drops in Scarlet Monastery by the Fallen Champion, who is a rare elite. The drop chance is 33%, which is quite good. Gives plus 12 spirit, 7 stamina and 11 intellect. Requires level 30. Electromagnetic Gigaflux Reactivator. Yeah, sounds like something taken out from Back to the Future. But anyways, it's dropped by Mech Engineer Thermoplug in Nomoranian. The drop rate is 25% and it gives plus 12 spirit and plus 15 intellect. It also channels a bolt of lightning that hurls towards the enemy in front of the caster, causing 147 to 168 nature damage. The caster is then surrounded by a barrier of electricity for 10 minutes. Silk Sand Circlet. A wall drops which give plus 6 stam and plus 6 intellect and plus 10 spirit. Requires level 37. Whitemane's Chapeau is dropped by High Inquisitor Whiteman in Scarlet Monastery. It has a drop rate on 33%, gives plus 14 int, plus 14 spirit and plus 9 stamina. Requires level 39. Neck. Crystal Starfire Medallion. A wall drop which gives plus 4 stamina, plus 4 int and plus 3 spirit. Requires level 26. At level 28 and 38 you might want to take a look at the PvP gear, as the neck is not that bad at all at that level. Ghost Shard Talisman is dropped in Scarlet Monastery from Ashil the Sleepless and has a drop rate of 33%. Gives plus 9 stamina and plus 4 spirit. Requires level 30. Pulsating Crystalline Shard is a quest award for both sides. The quest Summoning the Princess start with Theldrin the Lost found in the Badlands. Gives plus 8 stamina and plus 8 spirit. Requires level 30. Glowing Eye of Mordesh is a drop in Razorfan Downs by Mordesh Fire Eyes and has a 33% drop rate. Gives plus 5 int and plus 11 to spirit. Requires level 36. Triune Amulet, another drop by High Inquisitor Whiteman in the Scarlet Monastery. Has a 33% drop rate and gives plus 7 to intellect, spirit and stamina. Requires level 38. Mind Burst Medallion. If you did not get the Triune Amulet, you can get this by doing a quest called Tremors of the Earth on the Alliance side or Broken Alliance for the Horde side. Quest givers are Gore in the Searing Gorge and Garrick in the Badlands. Plus 5 stamina, plus 6 intellect and plus 5 spirit. You can take the quest at level 40. Shoulders. Feline Mantle is a must-get item at this level. It is dropped by Wolfmaster Anandos in Shadowfang Keep and it has a 50% drop rate. Plus 10 to intellect, plus 3 spirit and plus 2 agility. Requires level 23. Talbar Mantle is a quest award for both sides from the quest in Nightmare. It is given by Fala Sagewin in the Barrens. Gives plus 6 int, plus 3 stamina, and you can get the quest at level 23. Silk Mantlet of Agam is a quest award for the Alliance. Uncovering the Past starts with Prospector Wilgar in the Wetlands. You need to be level 25 to get this, and it gives plus 6 intellect and plus 4 spirit. Batwing Mantle drops from the Blind Hunter in Razorfen Kraul, has a 33% drop rate and gives plus 5 spirit and plus 10 intellect and plus 2 agility. Requires level 27. Crimson Silk Shoulders, made by tailors, and it gives plus 8 intellect and plus 7 spirit. The pattern is a drop, but it should not be that hard to acquire. Requires level 33. Pads of the Venom Spider is a nice pair of pad if you need some extra stamina or if you're a warlock. Plus 6 stam, plus 6 spirit and plus 5 nature resistant. Drops from around 300 mobs and requires level 33. Inquisitor's Shawl drops from the High Inquisitor Fairbanks in Scarlet Monastery. The drop rate is 33% and it gives plus 11 intellect and plus 9 damage/healing, requires level 36. Mist Cape Mantle, a wool drop which gives plus 11 intellect and plus 5 spirit, requires level 38. Now let's take a look at the back. First off we have Resilient Cape. This is a wool drop and the cape gives you plus 6 intellect and it requires level 24. At level 28 and 38, if you're a healer, you should take a look at Caretaker's Cape and Battle Healer's Cloak. It's a good option for healers, and to get the cape, you need to do some PvP and buy it from your faction supply officer. Glipped Cloak, another wool drop, which is a minor upgrade from the Resilient Cape. It gives plus 7 intellect and plus 2 stamina. Requires level 32. Mantlet of Lady Folters. Drops from Lady Folters in Razorfen Downs and has a 50% drop rate. So this should be relatively easy to get your hands on. And get them while they're hot. Gives plus 9 intellect and plus 9 damage to... 9 damage and healing. Requires level 36. Windchaser's Cloak. Didn't get the Mantle of Lady Folters? Then take a look at this cloak. Gives plus 4 stamina, plus 4 spirit and plus 6 to intellect. And it is a wool drop. Requires level 37. And the last cape of the day is a Black Forge Cape. Another wool drop, plus 4 spirit and plus 8 intellect. Requires level 37. Getting down to the wrist, glowing magical bracelets. It's dropped from around 300 mobs, gives plus 8 intellect and plus 3 to the much needed strength. Requires level 26. Silkstream Cuffs is a quest award for both sides. The quest is called Book of the Ancient and gives by Azor Aldemoth in Desolace. Plus 4 stamina, plus 4 spirit and plus 6 intellect. Requires level 30. Silk Sand Bracers is a wool drop which gives plus 6 stamina and plus 6 spirit. Requires level 33. Bloodband Bracers. The Captain's Chest is the name of the quest for this reward. Both sides can get it, and it starts with Captain Heckleberry Smuts in Stranglethorn Whale. +9 intellect, +4 stamina, and +3 spirit. Requires level 35. Mist Cape's Bracers is a wall drop which gives +8 intellect and +3 stamina. Requires level 37. Enchanted Stonecloth Bracers. This quest starts with Lucian Tussle Wrench in Badland, and it is called Stone is Better Than Cloth. You need to be level 38 to get it, and it gives +4 stamina and +8 intellect. Dryad's Wrist Bindings. It is purple, shiny, and good. And yeah, you need to do PvP to get this. And you need to be level 40. +6 intellect and stamina, and +4 spirit, and +16 to damage and healing. Quite good, I have to say. So, over to the rings. Deep Phantom Ring is a drop by Matinus the Devourer in the Veiling Cavern. Has a 33% drop rate, and it gives +6 spirit, +3 stamina, and +6 intellect. Requires level 21. Nog's a Gold Ring. Quest for the Horde starts with Nog in Orgrimmar, and it's called Nog Ring Redo. You need to be level 28, and the ring gives +9 stamina and +4 spirit. Advisor's Ring, Lawkeeper's Ring. These are PvP rings, and you should check them out at level 28 and 38. Gives plus to stamina, healing, damage, and mana regen. Electrocutioner Lagnat drops from Electrocutioner 6000 in Numeranian. A coolest ring on the block if you're into nuts. +9 spirit and +4 stamina. Has a 33% drop rate and requires level 29. Ogremind Ring is dropped by 4 mobs, but it has a decent drop rate, so they should be out there. It gives +5 intellect and +7 spirit. Requires level 31. Agamagan's Clutch drops from Shalaga Razor Flag in Razorfen Crowl, and it has a 33% drop rate. Gives +9 spirit and +5 stamina. Requires level 31. Welkin Ring is a wall drop that gives +5 to intellect and +7 spirit. Requires level 35. So 12 minutes and I think we're halfway. Glove, Sanguine Hand Wraps, wall drop which gives +4 intellect and +5 stamina. Requires level 21. Insulated Sage Glove is a quest for the puny Alliance side. Syndicate Assassin is given by Magistrate Henry Maleb in Hillsbrand Foothills. Gives +7 stamina and +6 intellect. Requires level 26. Gloves of the Old can be gotten brand new from around 270 mobs all around Arasoth. Arasoth? Really? Azeroth. I fucking read that backwards. Brilliant. You need to be 29 years to use it. Oh, for fuck's sake. You need to be level 29 and they give +5 intellect and +12 to spirit. Silk Sand Gloves. Wall drop requires level 35 and it gives +10 spirit and +5 stamina. Red Mage Weave Gloves. Made by Tailors for the Mage, but not exactly Mage exclusive. The pattern is a wall drop, so it's not that rare. Gives +10 intellect and +11 on damage healing. Requires level 40. Dreamweaver Gloves. Tailor-made as well, and the patterns taught by trainers. Gives +7 to spirit, +4 intellect, and +18 on damage/healing. Requires also level 40. And now, over to the robes. Now, I mean chests. You really want to get this. Robe of Arugale. Drops from Archmage Arugale in Shadowfang Keep and has a drop rate on 33%. If you don't get it first time, do it the second, third, fourth, until you get it. Gives +10 spirit, +9 intellect, +5 stamina, and +3 3 to the much needed agility so you can avoid all those melee fights. Requires level 24. Robes of Arcana is made from tailoring and the pattern has a low drop rate from 2 mobs, so this might be hard to come by. It is also needed if you want the enchanted gold blood robe, which is a very good warlock robe. Plus 8 intellect, plus 7 spirit, and requires level 25. Green silk armor, another chest piece made from tailoring. Gives plus 13 to intellect and the pattern is a wall drop. Required level 28. Robe of Power. You need to be a tailor if you want this, cause they bind when picked up. Gives plus 12 intellect, plus 8 spirit, and plus 14 to damage / healing. Requires level 33 and it is taught by some specific trainers. Take a look in the link below. So many robes. Robe of Crystal Waters. Quest reward for the Alliance. The quest is called The Curse of Tide, which is a group quest given by Catelyn, the Blade in Stranglethorn Whale. Gives plus 8 stamina, plus 9 spirit, and plus 10 intellect. Crimson Silk Robe, handmade by tailors, and the pattern can be bought from Wisclick in Tenaris, but it is limited, and it has a really long respawn. I'm not sure how long the respawn is, but it's quite long. Gives plus 15 intellect and plus 6 spirit, and requires level 38. Black Mage Weave Vest. Quite a few tailor-made robes coming out now. The pattern for this can be bought from specific trainers. Gives plus 12 spirit and plus 11 intellect. Requires level 36. Red Mage Weave Vest. Tailor-made with a wall drop pattern. Gives plus 18 to intellect and requires level 38. Robe of Delish. Drops from Amina the Cold Bringer in Razorfen Down. The drop rate is 20% and it gives plus 20 to stamina and plus 10 to intellect and requires level 39. Dreamweave Vest is another great tailor-made chest piece, pattern sold by a few trainers, and it gives plus 14 spirit, plus 9 intellect and plus 18 damage / healing. Requires level 40. Waist Silver Thread Sash, wall drop that gives plus 4 stamina, plus 5 intellect and requires level 22. Warsong Sash can be obtained by doing the quest Warsong Supply for the whole side. The quest starts with a Loch Okar in Ashenvale. Give plus 9 int, plus 5 stamina and requires level 22. This is worth the quest. Belt of Arugale, another drop from Archmage Arugale in Shadowfang Keeps. The drop rate is 33% and it gives plus 10 intellect, 3 spirit and 2 agility. Requires level 24. PvP belts, definitely check out the PvP belts on level 28 and 38. Gives plus to stamina, int and spell damage healing. Spider Belt is tailor-made from a walled drop pattern. Gives plus 8 to int, remove existing immobilization effects and make you immune to immobilization effect for 5 seconds when used. Required level 31. Sutan's Ring. I guess this is supposed to be Saturn's ring, so you have to be quite big to use them, I guess. Or it's a reference to Saturn anyways. It's dropped from around 300 mobs. And it has great stats. Plus 10 int, plus 6 spirit and stamina, and you need to be level 32. Earthen Silk Belt. If you need plus 8 to stamina and spirit, make an Earthen Silk Belt. The pattern is a wall drop and requires level 34. Death Mage Sash drops from Mordresh Fire Eyes in Razorfen Downs and has a 33% drop rate. Plus 15 to int and plus 6 stamina, and you need to be level 36. And now over to some leg armor. We have Gaze Dreamer Pants. Drops from Twilight Lord Kelrish in the Black Phantom Deeps at a 50% drop rate. Gives plus 7 int and plus 6 stamina. Requires level 23. Night Watch Panelons. A quest reward for the Alliance. The quest is called Morbent Fell and starts with Sven Jorgen, a Swede lost in a Duskwood. Plus 9 stamina and plus 8 intellect, requires level 24. Silver Thread Pants is a wool drop which gives plus 8 to intellect and plus 4 spirit and stamina, requires level 25. Leech Pants drops from Aku Mai in Black Phantom Deeps and have a drop rate on 33%. Plus 5 intellect, plus 15 spirit and plus 1 stamina make these great for healers. Necromancer Leggings is a very good item for Warlocks and Shadow Priests. Drops from 250 plus mobs and gives plus 12 stamina, plus 11 intellect, and plus 10 damage on shadow spells. Required level 30. Stone Weaver Leggings. If you're going to Illuman, grab one of these from Ironia. It has a drop rate on 33%, plus 15 spirit, plus 9 intellect, and plus 8 stamina. Requires level 35. Black Mage Weave Leggings. Made from tailoring with patterns sold by some trainers, plus 14 spirit, plus 8 intellect, requires level 36. Shadow Weave Pants. Another tailor-made pair of pants. The pattern is sold by Josephine Lister, Master Shadow Weave Tailor. Gives plus 6 stamina and plus 21 shadow spell damage. Requires level 37. Red Mage Weave Pants. The last pants for the day are also tailor-made. The pattern is a wool drops and you need to be level 38. Gives plus 12 intellect and plus 14 damage / healing. Now let's head over to the boots. Acidic Walkers drops from Vicious Fallout in Nomeranian. The drop rate is 33% and it gives plus 8 int, plus 4 spirit, plus 5 nature resistance. And it increases damage / healing by up to 5. Requires level 27. Night Sky Boots. A wool drop requires level 29 and it gives plus 4 to int and plus 8 to stamina. Boots of the Enchanter, made from tailoring and the pattern is a wool drop so it shouldn't be that hard to get. Plus 8 spirit, plus 5 intellect and requires level 30. Kodo Rustler Boots, reward from the quest Kudu Roundup given by Smeed Scrabble Screw in Desolace. For both sides. Gives plus 8 intellect, plus 5 spirit and plus 3 stamina. And requires level 30 to get the quest. PvP boots. Take a look at the PvP boots at level 38. Give stamina, int and spell damage, so go and check them out. Furin's boots drops from around 300 mobs plus, gives plus 16 spirit and plus 7 intellect. Requires level 39. Now let's head over to the important stuff. Weapons, which we all like. Rod of the Sleepwalker drops from Twilight Lord Kellerish in Black Phantom Deep and it has a 50% drop chance, so the odds are in your favor here. Plus 11 intellect and plus 10 spirit, requires level 24. Wind Spirit Staff. Earthcaller Halmgar drops this staff 50% of the time in Razorfen Kraal. Plus 5 int, plus 15 spirit and plus 3 stamina. Requires level 27. PvP staff. Take a look at the PvP staffs at level 28 and 38. Gives plus stamina, intellect and MP5. Which is mana per 5 seconds. Illusionary Rod drops from Arcanist Doan in Scarlet Monastery and it has a drop rate on 25%. Gives plus 15 intellect, plus 10 spirit and plus 7 stamina. Requires level 34. Trinkets. Well, the best trinkets to get a hold on at these levels are the PvP ones. So, that's all I have for the day. Next week, I will see if I can make something from level 41 to 60 to pre-PvP raid and leveling gear. So I will see you then. This is Sneakywoolcloth, sneaking out. Bye bye.